students, now all the shifts of JEE Mains 2026 January session are over. So, and also we have got few more inputs from our students. So earlier when we did the last video, that is after the first 3 sessions, that is 22nd and 23rd, we had lesser input, but now as we are getting more input, we have better clarity. Although the transcripts will be out somewhere around 5th or 6th of February. So generally what happens is around 5-6 days before the result, the transcript will come out. So all of students, whatever you have done, whatever answer you have marked, what was the question paper, all this will be available in the NTA portal. So we're expecting that to be out around 5th or 6th of February, because 12th is the result date. So as I'm saying that now we have more idea from the students whom we have talked to, and now that all the shifts are over, so now we are once again back to do a better analysis that what kind of marks and ranks we can or percentile we can expect. Similarly, apart from that, we also need to have a strategy that what to do now, how to move forward with your preparation for this year. So let's have a quick overview. So if we talk about what was different this year, so the first thing is that chemistry was lagging this year. So what used to happen till last year, many of our students who want very high percentile, those who want about 99.5 percentile, so generally they will follow the strategy. They'll start with chemistry, they'll finish chemistry maybe in 30 minutes or max to max 40 minutes. But this time what have happened is chemistry started consuming a lot of time. Chemistry, even many students were solving chemistry for 50 minutes or even 1 hour. So that is one difference that have happened this time. So chemistry came somewhat lengthy, although again the question were more of NCERT based, but it was lengthy. Like within the same question they'll give multiple statements, or even some questions were more based on calculation. So it was not like last year where chemistry was relatively quicker to do. So now what happens due to that? So earlier the strategy was, okay, finish chemistry in 30 to 40 minutes and give extra time for maths, because maths paper comes generally lengthy. So now what will happen is, because if you are not able to take extra time out from chemistry, you will get less time for others lengthy subjects as well. So that is what one difference we have seen in chemistry. And now coming to physics. So physics last year I will say was quite easier compared to this year, because physics last year was quite straightforward, direct formula based. Even there were not much lengthy calculations. They were not conceptually deep. But this time again we have seen some shift happening over here. Physics have come, like there were formula based questions, there was some shift which have more formula based question, in which I will say that physics have come the most difficult, like 23rd evening shift. So in 23rd evening shift we have seen a drastic change. In fact, the most lengthy what we have heard from the student is physics, then maths. Generally maths comes lengthy, it comes sometimes difficult as well. And in fact I'll say this year maths was somewhat on the easier side compared to last year, because the questions were not very lengthy and the question not very difficult. I'm not saying it's an easy shift, it's not like that. It's not like the mains paper which used to happen 6 years back, it's not like that. But then again, compared to last year, it was on the easier side. So because I think somewhere chemistry and physics have come a little bit lengthy, so maths was also lengthy, but it was not very lengthy. But then again, if someone tries to do maths in 1 hour, it will still be a very difficult task to finish maths in 1 hour. So if I have to say that maybe there will be a difference of 2 more questions. So earlier, let us say if someone gets a 96 percentile in maths by doing 8 questions, so maybe this time that might happen by doing 9 questions, or maybe in terms of marks, maybe I'll say that if earlier whatever percentile they used to get in 32 marks, now this time maybe that might come from anywhere between 37 to 38 marks. And one more thing that we have seen is maths this time was quite PYQ intensive. Now what do I mean by PYQ intensive? So if anyone have done a lot of PYQs, they will see that if they have done all the PYQs in maths, they will see that it was very useful to do that, because many questions were quite similar, not the same but quite similar, but whereas there were less similarity in PYQs compared to physics and chemistry, because there was a shift in physics and chemistry. Now what was the high weightage focus? We have seen more or less that is same over the year. So whatever generally comes the high priority, is this year also we have seen the similar pattern. If I talk about in physics, that is electrostatic, current electricity, modern physics, ray optics, thermodynamics, so again that was the high focus. Chemistry, physical chemistry, numerical, coordinate compound, mole concepts. In fact, I'll say that in chemistry more or less we cannot do a lot of analysis for the weightage, because chemistry mostly across different shifts come from overall the entire syllabus. Coming to the maths, in maths, vector 3D as usual over of higher weightage, we have seen good question of conics, coordinate geometry in general, sets relation, matrix determinant. So these are generally the higher scoring parts of maths, and in fact the algebra was also come in good number. Now coming to the marks versus percentile expectation of this January session of 2026 mains. So overall, if we have to see, we have seen that the overall papers have been coming on the difficult side. So if I talk about last year, so last year the most difficult shift was considered to be 28th Jan morning shift. That was last year. So last year, in fact, for 149 marks, we had a student who got 99% in 28 January morning shift. We have one more student who in 28 January morning shift in last year 2025 got 98.7 percentile for 140 marks. And similarly, last year we have seen one student in 23rd Jan morning shift getting 93.6 percentile for 90 marks. So if I have to compare to last year, on an average last year shifts were easy except the 28th morning shift, because that was pretty difficult. We have seen the paper quite close to the 28th Jan morning shift this time. So similarly, if I talk about 93 percentile, which was there coming last time for 90 marks, that was 93.68% if I remember correct. Now this time we are expecting that will go a little bit less. So why 93 percentile? Because 93 percentile is the around which the cutoff will go. Maybe it might be around 93.5 something. That's what we are expecting. Because the number of students do not change for JEE Advanced, but number of students who are writing JEE Mains always goes higher and higher. So based on that criteria. So now we'll see what will happen, like what kind of marks we can expect for 99.9 percentile, 99, 97 and 93. So last year or an average papers, like if I talk about last year the paper of 23rd Jan, which was like an average paper. So we had a student who got 221 marks and have got 99.91 percentile. So considering that we have like in 21st shift 1, also we think that around 99.9 percentile will come for 220 marks. And maybe 170 marks will be 99 percentile, 140 97 percentile and 93 percentile will be for around 85 marks. Now why we are taking 97 percentile? Because 97 percentile is like a kind of a threshold, because if any student gets less than 97 percentile, getting NIT becomes difficult. So in that case the chances of getting NIT goes down. So in that case our strategy have to be different going forward. So 99.9 percentile we are expecting that in 21st second shift will be around 230 marks. Similarly in 22nd first shift will be also around 230 marks. 99 percentile will come in 21st second session for 185. This for 180. There is slight change compared to the last video because now we have got more input from more students. So there was some fine tuning that have been done over here. Similarly 97 percentile will come for 150 marks over here and 147 in the 22nd Jan morning shift. And similarly for 90 marks. Now coming to the 22nd shift 2, that came on quite difficult side. So I'll say that this is a shift which is quite close to the 28th Jan morning shift last year. So over here we can see that it will happen for 210 marks will be around 99.9 percentile, 99 will become around 150, 97 for 120 and 93 for 80 marks. Similarly 23rd shift 1, in this around 220 marks will get 99.9 percentile, 99 for 160, 97 for 125 and 85. Now 23rd evening shift, that was I'll say that shift in which physics came quite difficult, but while physics came difficult, maths was on the easier side. So generally if I talk about all these shifts, in all these shifts, maths was the subject which would have taken the maximum time, the lengthiest among all, except the 23rd second shift, because in 23rd second shift what have happened is physics have come the most difficult. So because generally many students have had this strategy that okay, I'll finish chemistry, then I'll do physics, then I'll come to maths and I'll give time to maths. But what have happened is, if in this shift if you are doing if physics cannot be done in let's say 15 minutes or 1 hour, so that was not possible, it was quite lengthy. So there were many students who couldn't do maths really well, even if maths was slightly on the easy. And again, when I say maths is easier, doesn't mean that it's like very easy. I'm comparing it in general how the JEE Mains maths paper are, because maths paper comes lengthy and difficult. So physics were the most difficult in this one. Now again in 24th morning shift, also the paper went even more lengthy. So 24th morning shift was quite lengthy paper. We are expecting around 225 marks will be 99.9 percentile, and around 175 marks 99 percentile, 97 for 140 marks. Now 24th shift 2, this paper was very lengthy. This paper was actually one of the, I'll say one of the most lengthy paper which have happened in this January. So over here we are expecting for 210 marks 99.9 percentile, around 99 for 150 marks, similar to last year 28th Jan. So overall we have seen the trend that this year paper is difficult, but the difficulty went up due to the lengthier chemistry and little bit more difficult physics papers. Maths was slightly on the less lengthy side compared to last year, but still a lengthy paper. So again for 28th shift we will expecting 230 for 99.9 and 220 for 99.9. Similarly 99 percentile for 180 and 170 marks. So this is the expected marks versus percentile, and we'll get even better picture by 6th of Feb, by when we'll get the transcript. Now if any one of you have any query, you can comment below if you think that or if you can give us more information that how your shift went. So you can just comment below and let us know, so that we can give better ideas, or if you want to know how to move forward with your preparation. So now coming to that, what should be our next step? JEE Mains is over. Now what should I do now? Board is starting on 20th Feb. First physics paper, this time English paper is not in the beginning, it's towards after the maths exam. And once if we assume that you have computer science, after computer science we will hardly have not even 10 days before JEE Mains session 2 starts. So what should be our strategy plan? So now first of all, if you are getting marks above 160, so if you are getting marks above 160, more or less we can say that you will get 99 percentile. Now 99 percentile ensures that you will get a good NIT, a good course. So you will get electrical, electronics, computer science, those kind of courses if you are getting above 99 percentile, because for every for whatever state you belong to, there will be 50% state quota for the NITs. So if you are getting above 99 percentile, it's my recommendation that you can start preparing for JEE Advanced, because if you are getting 99 percentile, I feel that you are somewhat good with concepts. So in that case, for your board preparation, you can parallelly focus on the board preparation. Maybe before every board exam you can dedicate 6-7 days purely for the board exams, but apart from that, other time focus on JEE Advanced preparation, because once boards get over, there is second paper, and after the second session of JEE you have almost just a month for the JEE Advanced. Now coming to the next, for all those who are scoring between 130 to 160 marks. Now if you are scoring 130 marks, most probably you will get NIT. You might not get one of the courses you want, but you will still get NIT. So if you are getting 160 to 130 to 160, you are still on a safer side, because you have got a seat in NIT. So now what next? So I will say that in this case you should focus getting a better percentile in JEE Mains, as well as parallelly focus for JEE Advanced. But the first target should be to ensure that you get a better percentile next time in JEE Mains. See, because anyhow now there is a big shift in the JEE Mains. JEE Mains is not like last year, whereas only maths I'll say was coming lengthy and difficult. So advanced maths and mains maths quite was not much difference, but there was significant difference between the mains physics and chemistry and advanced physics and chemistry. But now this year we have seen a shift. So with that shift, I'll say that if you are preparing well for mains, it will also cover advanced. So it will be covered simultaneously. So that's why you can parallelly focus on getting a better percentile in JEE Mains in the upcoming sessions, while parallelly focusing on the board exams. And if you are getting 130 marks or less than 130 marks, so in this case I'll recommend all the students that you can focus more for the JEE Mains. There is no need to focus on JEE Advanced anymore, because our first goal should be to have a good backup, to secure a good seat at NITs. Because if you cross 97 percentile, you will definitely get some course in a very good NIT of your state. In fact, we had a student, I remember 3 years back, I had a student who couldn't do very well in the JEE Mains first session. He got only 76 percentile, but by the time he wrote the second session, he got 98.5. So this is the big, this is how much you can cover. So the thing is, you have to be put very sincere effort, and you can easily score much better percentile in the next session if you have not done your paper really well. And if you want any kind of help, please comment, we'll get back to you. We can help you out to make a better strategy for the next JEE sessions boards as well as the JEE Advanced. So that's all in this video, and see you all soon, and wish you all the best for the upcoming board exams and the future other competitive examinations.